states, rejoice. You have got to be excited about this one. No tax on tips that passed. Federally passed. You should be super excited that your state has decided that even though it's federally, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, these states are going to add those taxes back to your tax record. Yes, they are. So if you didn't pay taxes on your tips and overtime in 2025 because you knew that bill passed federally, well, you're kind of screwed because now you get to come out of your own pocket and you're going to get to pay those taxes back in to your state. So it's not going to be a federal tax because you're not getting the federal tax on that. Your state is changing it to a state tax. So if you live in the state of Illinois, you're going to get re-taxed to 4.95% of taxes that they didn't take out of your check the entire year. You're going to get that bill this year. Aren't you so excited that come January through April when you do your taxes, you get to pay in? Yeah. So what states are actually embarking on this idiocy because they hate their constituents so much, you ask? California, New York, Colorado, Spain, and D.C. So if you live in one of those states and you are in the service industry and you are expecting no tax on tips, no tax on overtime this year, sorry to bust your bubble, but your Democrat politicians hate you and they're still going to tax you. How do these Democrat politicians still get elected? Oh, wait, propaganda. That's how.
Yeah, we got to talk about this a little bit because this is absolutely wild. And listen, the only explanation is Democrats genuinely hate you. I mean, technically, it's not the only explanation. The other explanation would be how terribly they run their states, so they still need those tax dollars in order to not fall into a massive budget deficit or even further into a deficit, because a lot of these blue states are already in a deficit. So yeah, you heard it. If you live in one of these blue states, that no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, not going to apply to you, which is absolutely wild. Absolutely, positively wild, especially in a time where Democrats are talking about, hey, we want to lower the cost of living. Hey, we want to make things more affordable, blah, 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 blah. And they still want to tax the crap out of you. Just take more money out of your pockets so they can give it to illegals, of course. I'm going to play this clip from Scott Bessent. Scott, take it away, brother.
And I want to make two more points. To make it even worse, many parts of the tax bill that were President Trump's signature working class, the pieces of the tax bill, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, auto deductibility, if you buy an American car, many of the blue states are not going to include that in their state taxes. They do not, because they have such Trump derangement syndrome. They want to hurt their own people to keep them from doing well because those were President Trump's signature policies. Steve, as you know, I am also the IRS commissioner, so I can see the data. What we are going to see here, and maybe this will calm that maniac down a little, is that there are going to be substantial tax refunds to working Americans because everything the One Big Beautiful Bill did on July 4th is retroactive. People have not changed their withholding for 2025. So we're going to see substantial refunds to working families in the first quarter of 2026. Everyone will adjust their withholding on January 1st. And so anyone who gets tips, does overtime, gets Social Security, has auto deductibility, those wages will jump up automatically. So think about the first quarter of this year, $1,000, $2,000 refunds per household, plus all those working class tax benefits kicking in. That's why I'm optimistic.
Oh, man. Democrats never fail to just make people's lives even harder. They never fail. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. The New York Post even made an article talking about this. It's wild stuff, man. Absolutely wild stuff. I wanna read some of this. Hochul hasn't served up Trump's no tax on tips policy, ticking off NY restaurant workers. These Scrooges refused to act on a hot tip. Governor Kathy Hochul and Democrat New York lawmakers haven't extended President Trump's no tax on tips policies to state income taxes, hitting bartenders and restaurant workers in the pocketbook, all while preaching affordability. Yeah, I mean, it flies in the face of affordability. Yeah, we want to make life easier and things more affordable, but we're going to take more of your money. How does it even make sense? Doesn't make sense at all. Now, I want to play this clip because they interviewed this bartender lady, and what she had to say was quite interesting. So I want to play that clip for you all because, man, I would be absolutely angry if I was this young lady here. Check it out.
It's disgraceful. People live off of tips. So for her to do that is just, it's disheartening. It's upsetting. I'm Zoe. I work at the Embassy Diner for 2 years. It's very disappointing. I was looking forward to that when the president was running, so it's a little disappointing. It's all my livelihood. Really, we live off of tips, so getting taxed on them and losing money is definitely a big hit, and it makes living a little bit more difficult. And now knowing that it can't happen in New York is a little frustrating. Frustrated? It's like losing money, so it's hard, especially when everything's so expensive in life right now, and you know, that's my livelihood. That's how I eat. That's how I feed myself and my family, so. Maybe a couple hundred, close, you know, to like 1,000 possibly, depending on the hours put in also. My mother's been a waitress for 30-something years, and she took care of 5 kids waitressing. So now knowing, you know, if we were to go back and we were younger again and she was leaving the taxes on tips, it would have really affected mine and my siblings' lives growing up. So it's very upsetting. We've been in the restaurant business our whole life, so this is just what we know as diners. My father owned diners, my mom's parents own diners. It's just, this is our family's business.
Of course, you know, Democrats can never just give Trump credit, you know, and go along with what Trump is doing and trying to do. There's always got to be some type of pushback. Trump bad, Trump terrible, Trump no tax on tips is bad, blah, 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 right? Because that's all they know how to do. Democrats don't have any type of real policy. Their policy is whatever Trump says, we say the opposite. Whatever Trump does, we say it's bad and we do the opposite. That's a Democrat philosophy right there. Go against Trump. That is it. That is all. That's it. I mean, literally something that can help your constituents, you're denying them of. I want to throw this map up on the screen. What a shame. What a darn shame. All of these folks who won't get to experience no taxing on their tips, no tax on overtime, etc. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. And let's not forget about the fact that part of this is probably due to, like I said earlier, their excessive spending. We have talked about this in the past, how they have absolutely taken budget surpluses and flipped them into budget deficits in a lot of these blue states and these blue cities. So I think part of it may be due to that as well, knowing that they can't afford to lose any type of revenue because of their expenditures, which is also wild because why don't you just slow down on your spending? Like, my goodness. And it shows how terrible the policies really are because they know that they genuinely can't, because that's how they buy votes in a way, by taxing the crap out of their constituents and trickling it out to people so that they come back and vote for them. What a shame, man. What a scam. But anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. I just had to talk about this really quick because I thought it was really, really crazy that blue states, blue governors are just like, nah, we want your livelihood to be affordable, but we still gonna take some money from you. Makes absolutely no sense. You can't make this stuff up. I don't know why anybody continues to vote for Democrat. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Peace and love. I'm out.